Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Claudia Duran, and I'm Managing Director of Endeavor in Miami and your moderator for today. We have a special conversation and very special guest to present our EndeavorLAB, a program that's going to be launched in Boca Raton. And so I would like to invite first the mayor, Scott Singer of Boca Raton, to join us on screen.
Hi, Claudia. Thanks for having me today.
Of course. Welcome. How are you been?
Been great and excited about the new partnership that Boca Raton is going to have with Endeavor.
Great. We'll talk a little bit more in depth about it. But first, I wanted to also invite on stage Jessica Del Vecchio to join us. She's also with the Boca Raton team. So Jessica, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Claudia. Appreciate it.
And last but not least, I want to invite Tim Sperry to join us. And Tim is a perfect guest for this live stream because he's not only based in Boca Raton, but he's also part of our current EndeavorLAB and Clean and Climate Tech that we launched recently. So we're very excited to have you, Tim, and welcome to our conversation.
Grateful to be here. Thanks, Claudia. Thank you, guys. Pleasure.
Okay, so let's get started and deep dive. So I am very honored to have partnered with the city of Boca Raton on this EndeavorLAB accelerator. And we're gonna explain a little bit more on what it entails. So I appreciate the trust, Mayor and Jessica, that you have in Endeavor for us to be able to manage this incredible cohort of hopefully amazing companies that we're gonna onboard soon, into our cohort. But to kick us start, I wanted to ask the mayor, can you talk a little bit about the history of entrepreneurship in Boca Raton and about some of maybe example of companies that you've seen that have flourished in the city?
Well, absolutely. We've got a great history of innovation, and that ties to entrepreneurship in Boca Raton. A lot of people don't realize that though IBM was not founded in Boca Raton, its research and development labs were based in Boca for more than 30 years. And in fact, IBM's personal computer was invented right here in Boca Raton. And that spun off a whole range of technology companies that have been here since the 1960s. We've now moved into what I think is, beyond the second generation of tech companies. And I could list many, many companies that started off here, but we've had some larger ones grow up organically, like Modernizing Medicine, which now employs more than 12,000 people and is a leader in medical records. We've had strong partnerships, as did Modernizing Medicine, with the Research Park at FAU, Florida Atlantic University, and Tech Runway, where I believe Tim is sitting right now. And we're excited about this new partnership with Endeavor to bring in the next generation of high-tech companies and promising entrepreneurs. We have nearly 13,000 businesses in a city of 100,000 people. We punch above our weight when it comes to business strength. And a lot of them are small, entrepreneurial companies. Obviously, we don't have 13,000 large businesses, but there's so many ranges. And we're seeing a lot in technology, medical technologies, I mentioned, but even marketing, new consumer products, a range of companies. So it's exciting for us to be able to partner and help grow those companies as we've been doing. And I'm very grateful for the leadership that Jessica Del Vecchio, our economic development manager, has shown in trying to create this program and collaborate.
Yeah, so we're very excited to find out who these companies are going to be, and hopefully we're going to help them scale and become successful and give them visibility in the Florida state. And for any of you who want to answer, the next question is, can you tell us a little bit about the resources that are available to entrepreneurs currently? Like, are there any co-working spaces, any other programs, investors that you're seeing that are starting to move and support the development of the entrepreneurial ecosystem?
Well, Jess, why don't you kick us off then, please?
Sure, absolutely. Yes, we partner with a lot of our local career source of Palm Beach County is a very strong partner of ours from a hiring perspective. When you talk about scaling, hiring the right people to get you to the next level is so important. We also work with the SBDC. I think everyone here knows who the SBDC is and what they do. Such a dynamic, important role for our city and the businesses that are coming through from a startup community. From a funding perspective, we certainly work with the Palm Beach County They have an economic development office similar to ours. So anything from a funding perspective, we can certainly assist with getting you in touch with the right people. But this opportunity is really, I think, where it's at. Some sort of partnership where people can actually go from concept to, they have to have some sort of revenue. I think it's 50 to 500, and then we help them to the next level. So there's a lot the city can do to help these companies and businesses launch and, of course, grow and scale.
Yeah, and we're going to support the companies right at that moment where they need the most support into scale and go into the next stage of their growth, so that they can make it through the Death Valley, because that's a complicated timing for most of the entrepreneurs. So this is going to be great for the companies. And go ahead.
May I just add two quick things? You mentioned, the resources. It goes well beyond just what the city's providing and the co-working spaces. We have a whole range of mentors here, some who do it professionally, like some of the organizations you mentioned. But one of the things that was really exciting about what the city's doing, and again, another effort spearheaded by Jessica's department and our new Office of Innovation, is trying to connect company founders and funders, because there's a whole range of successful people, entrepreneurs who are all stages, including retired, who've helped generate companies. And it goes beyond angel groups and VC groups. So we're trying to build on that strength to really capitalize on the know-how and perhaps the investment base for the founders that want to stay here.
Correct. And we can tap into that mentor network to bring them on for the program, and to also do the networking at the end of the program so they can meet the founders and hopefully build lasting relationships and give back to the community by supporting up and coming entrepreneurs. So that's great to hear. So moving on to Tim, who's the co-founder of Carbon Limit. What do you think are the advantages in starting your company in Boca Raton? You chose that as your base home. Tell us about that experience.
Well, I moved here just a few years ago, actually from Miami, and I just love it here. I have family here. Even though it is a small city, it's a really well-known city, well-respected city. And to Mayor Scott Singer, there's a lot of great entrepreneurs here, and I've actually been able to really collaborate with a lot of them. And with the resources, we actually were in a co-work space before we ended up winning and getting that launch competition with FAU Tech Runway. And with FAU Tech Runway, the resources they provided really kind of solidified why we wanted to be here. We got to go through the I-Corps program. We got to get connected with mentors, and it's rare to come from trying to do everything yourself to actually getting a mentor that doesn't want anything in return, just wants to help boost you and push you up. And then getting a great place to do it. The beaches are nice too. So there's some really great benefits. We just really like the energy and the atmosphere here. And as a climate tech company, I feel that we can really grow and make an impact here, and also work with really a community that's all about sustainability and all about really doing things that are world-class and really doing things that take it up to that next level. And being an innovative company, I want to be in a place that fosters innovation.
Great. And on that note, can you share some possible initiatives or idea that you have on how the city can continue supporting entrepreneurs?
So certainly resources are critical always for startups. And Claudia, to your point before about crossing the chasm from getting that startup to actually getting to the market, a big thing for a company like ours and for a lot of startups is that when you first go to market and you want to get those pilot programs, you want to get those first customers, everyone's asking, well, where is it now? Where have you done it now? To find like a great platform or some type of a partnership, or at least resources to connect, doing pilot programs, being the first customer, in certain instances like ours, it would work out really great as we're approaching other municipalities to see if they want to do pilot programs, asking what other places it's in. So I think that type of a resource for providing a potential way to partner, whether it's as a pilot or an initial customer, would be really helpful to get those businesses from the ground off.
Okay, great. And Mayor, can you share a bit more about your vision to build the entrepreneurial ecosystem in Boca Raton? You're on mute.
Yes, first you have to unmute. I want Boca Raton to be known worldwide as the best place to start and grow a business. If we're going to set a vision, we might as well set one high. And we've already seen so many people flock here. The pandemic has really been a game changer for so many things. A lot negative, but I'm trying to find lemonade out of lemons, which is we've had a lot of technology company C-suite and senior people move here, even if they've yet to move their company. We've had some companies move here. People are realizing that they can work from anywhere, and we're in the perfect business climate, economic climate, and climate to be growing a business. And so we see many more people coming down the pipeline into our city. So we have a lot of excitement, and I think we can accomplish this. There's no reason innovation's been in our blood. So there's no reason we can't be harnessing that.
Great. Well, I think you're attracting great talent to Boca, and we're very excited to see the growth that is happening. Again, it was accelerated by the pandemic, but I think now it's real and it's here to stay, and we're going to be a part of that journey. So we're very happy to have partnered with you. To anyone, what advice would you give entrepreneurs that are listening to us today, or that are going to connect with you in the near future on starting their ventures in Boca?
I think Tim should take this one because he has the experience, but I will say from a city perspective, if anyone has any questions, concerns, wants to have connections made, our office can certainly do that. So we always encourage people to reach out. In fact, I had an email just this week from someone who said they were leaving a certain state in the Northeast. And when I reached out to offer how we can help, make your transition seamless, they said, well, they've never received an email like this before. And this is one of the reasons that they're leaving. So we want to make sure that our office is open. Obviously, Tim would have much more insight on what to do specifically, but from a perspective for our city employees and staffers, we are certainly here to help play corporate Cupid and get the right people in the room and help people launch their business here.
Okay, great. Tim?
Yeah. So definitely finding the resources like FAU Tech Runway and Endeavor. Endeavor has been really beneficial, the program, the way it's structured, the way it's laid out, and then just building the community with your fellow cohort. As much as the workshops and mentors are helping us, our fellow cohort members are actually helping us just as well. So it's finding that community to help grow together and really foster those really great relationships. In Boca, actually, and because of FAU Tech Runway, we were able to find our lead investor here. So there's a lot of great access to capital. We've been approached by a lot of people because climate tech companies are pretty interesting right now, which was really, really great for us. But just having a nice place to do business and, being in a position where we can have all the resources around us that we need, it's really helpful. We were able to get through the I-Corps program, which sets us up to get funding. The SBDC has been really helpful. They're actually right here in the facility. We had no idea. And I think a lot of startups and entrepreneurs don't really understand all of the resources that are available. A lot of them just assume they got to do it on their own, and it's a mistake. There's a lot of resources that we've never thought to take advantage of that really you should, because it helps get you from that place of going from a startup to going to a real big company.
Okay, great. Well, that's an incredible traction that you have. And I'm very happy to see that Carbon Limit is one of the Boca Raton companies that are going to be bringing a lot of visibility through your success. So no pressure, Tim. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, Endeavor Miami is really honored to partner with the City of Boca Raton Office of Development, Economic Development on this EndeavorLAB program. And for those who don't know what EndeavorLAB is, it's a 2-month audience-specific accelerator growth program that we launched in 2020 with the objective of supporting local early-stage companies in establishing their businesses' foundations post-revenue generation, but at that early-stage startup. So in this specific cohort, we partner with the city in order to select Florida-based companies, but giving a priority to local Boca Raton businesses. So hopefully we get the 10 companies from Boca and we start supporting them in scaling and creating that community that Tim mentioned, which is really important And then once you have that tight relationship between your cohort, you start bringing other founders into that community, and suddenly you start feeling that ripple effect of a very tight network that does a lot of peer-to-peer sharing of experiences, mentoring, and then connections, right? Because at the end of the day, a lot of the growth happens through people's connections and just being at the right place at the right time. So for the companies who are interested in applying, we're looking at a post revenue of $50,000 up to $500,000 in annual revenues. And we're opening applications, so please go ahead and submit them, and we're gonna all review them very soon. But before we're gonna continue, I wanna just pick your brain, Jessica and Mayor. Why do you think is the right time to partner with Endeavor to do this program right now?
Should I take it first? I think it's the perfect time. I think we see a lot of influx, like the mayor was saying. We have a lot of companies coming here. Just met with a med tech company. We used to always see, and we continue to see, the financial sector growing in Boca and HQs coming to Boca. But now we're starting to see technology really kind of flow into Boca. We have the research park and the FAU tech runway here. But we thought that we could have another experience that would help. And virtual has really taken off through COVID. We've all tested the online kind of virtual type of working, and we see it's very beneficial. So I think we'll see a lot. From our perspective, from economic development, we have an innovation strategist coming on board in the next few weeks. Just know it's time to ramp up on the innovation and technology type of businesses. We know that they are here. We know that they need help, and we just need a little bit more hands on deck, which we're bringing in. And we think Endeavor is the perfect partner to help us get there. As we grow this sector and build on the ecosystem that's already here.
Yes, that's great.
And to answer the question of why now for this initiative, because we don't have a time machine and we can't go back in time. Because I think we've been eager to do something like this beforehand, and we're so glad that this partnership is emerging with Endeavor. And just to dovetail with what Jess said, we've seen a tremendous increase in the Boca Tech community. People talk about Miami Tech, but it's really the South Florida region.
Correct.
But even our organic Boca Tech community has grown by leaps and bounds. And so that's why we're excited. I think we're going to have plenty of companies here.
Yep.
And I hope that they'd all be Boca companies. Just, for comparison's sake, Tech Runway had 200 applicants for their last cohort, and they could only take 10. So there are plenty of out there. And we want our Boca companies to participate. We want them to grow because we want them to grow their roots that sprout long, hardy, strong trees here and create a forest of our thriving economy, to use that metaphor. So excited.
Great. Thank you. That's great insights. And we're also very excited about just finding these companies and founders and help them scale. And Tim, you're currently in one of our programs. Can you share a little bit about your experience so Mayor and Jessica can hear from someone who's actually in it right now?
Yeah. So first of all, before the program, I was actually at the team was part of Techstars Accelerator in Indianapolis, and it was a hard tech accelerator, and we got a lot of benefits from. And when we had the opportunity to work with Endeavor, we didn't know what to expect. So needless to say, when we first met and we had our happy hour after our initial day, it was way above and beyond expectation. Folks from the county were there to help us and to talk to us about how they can make those connections and network. And those direct relationships are really critical, especially at an early stage, because everyone, is waiting for someone else to take a chance on you. But if you have a direct connection and a network from someone that's trustworthy, this group included, it really makes a big difference. So going into the program, I would say the retreat's been my favorite thing so far, because we really got to know each other. We got to really kind of break down all these walls, and we had an amazing connection with the special guest that was there and doing our activities. But even more so, we've actually been, and this was really great because we got connected with a mentor that was specific to our needs. We were able to go through the program, and I think you guys hit it on the head with the way you guys break down the company's needs and the company's pain points. And then you guys connected us directly with an incredible mentor that's been able to really help us grow and create our strategic narrative. And, you know, I'm just really above and beyond expectations with it. I love an in-person thing, so the hybrid aspect of it works. You know, I think in-person is always super beneficial. So those in-person meetings have been great. And the workshops, you know, you always think you know everything until you see a workshop that lets you know you don't know. So those workshops were really good for us as well. So I'm excited for the rest of the program. We still have more to go. But so far, I highly recommend anyone that's in the position and in that revenue range to apply. Even if you think you don't need to, you may be really, really surprised. It's really great to get connected, and generally those cohorts and the people you will be a part of the program with become lifelong friends and relationships, and they'll really help you grow as well.
Well, that's really nice that you're saying this, and it's not because we are Endeavor that we're saying it's a great program. It's actually from the founders that are advocating, and really they're enjoying the workshops, but more the network and the peer-to-peer. So what I foresee is a very good cohort of companies from Boca Raton becoming really tight, supporting each other in that journey to scale, and bringing mentors that can actually help them in that journey, adding value. So I can't wait for it to start. And before we leave, I just want to ask any last thoughts that you want to share with the audience and just get people excited to apply.
Absolutely. I'll share. I'm excited as mayor. I think our city is excited. We set seizing economic opportunities as one of our top priorities in our strategic planning session. And this fits in very nicely with it. It dovetails with the work that we did with the Bloomberg Harvard City Leadership Institute Innovation Track, with Jessica heading up our efforts on behalf of the city. And we're dedicated to innovation. We're dedicated to help companies grow. And for more, you can find out. You can always ask Jess questions at @BocaDev on Twitter, or me at Scott Singer USA on social media. Reach out. We want to help you.
Okay. They said it. Reach out. Jess?
No, I just echo what the mayor had to say. We're just really excited. We know the time is right. We know the opportunities we have the companies here, and the time is now. And we're just really excited to partner with you and kind of see how this all goes along through the cohort. There's a lot of possibilities, and we're open to them. So really.
Perfect. And you will be engaged along the way.
Totally.
And I think that the hybrid is going to be great. We're going to host the in-person meetings in Boca Raton. So that's going to be great to meet the founders, to meet with the mentors, and at the end, a celebratory gathering with everyone who wants to just meet the entrepreneurs and investors that want to also possibly invest in the companies. So it's going to be great. And Tim, any last comments?
No, I'm really grateful that our team and our family has been able to come together with you guys. Everyone from the Endeavor team so far has been really helpful, no matter where you guys sit, as far as what you guys do within Endeavor. So, you know, really, you guys have been super helpful and communicated with us really well on how we can go and do more things, and a lot of the events you guys are extending to us. So again, I really think that anyone that even considers or has the faint idea of wanting to join or needing some assistance with their business, apply. You never know what benefits you're going to get.
Great. Thank you so much. And again, if you are interested in applying, applications are open right now. So don't wait and hesitate. We are expecting to start reviewing the applications in the next weeks, and hopefully announce the 10 companies that are going to be participating in the cohort. So really excited to meet the founders very soon, and Jessica will be part of that process. And Mayor, you will be the first one to know which are the companies we selected. Again, applications are open. You heard it from the mayor, from Jessica and Tim. This is going to be a good program for any founders that are in Boca Raton that want to scale their companies. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am very interested in continuing this conversation. It's not going to be the first or last. And for founders who are listening to us today, please click on the link in the description of the live stream, and that will take you straight to the landing page where you can apply. So that's going to be, it's already live, so applications are open. And lastly, I just want to thank all of you for being here. Mayor Singer, Jessica, Tim, thank you for joining us today and for the conversation. I actually, my husband works in his office in Boca Raton. He commutes there every week. So I have a little piece of, we go there often. We enjoy the city very much.
Good.
But anyways, thank you so much for partnering with Endeavor, for trusting our work. And thank you for being with us today here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia.